The two of them in their weird groping sessions behind the gym.
Nice.
Well, back then we had these things
Bad
called the
boys.
youth hut.
Down, boys, down.
In Arcadia schools, we had the youth hut behind every school.
Bob would turn to Jeff and say, "No, it's your turn to be the girl."
Nice.
No, I like your New York nice.
Nice.
Well, they're all adorable. I can't pick one. Good Lord. This one should be called Situation Well in Hand.
And the TK Trooper, whatever it takes, we can talk about after the show.
Okay.
That needs to be a poster.
Yes.
Sign it in gold pen. I think that will be very successful.
What,
I'm
the
on
one
it.
of her covered up? No.
And my black TK he wants.
Yeah, well, I think the middle and the black cat are the winners besides the one of you busting out all over.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I need to get bigger prints of this. I do have the HD card on that one.
The HT, high
And if you have a
definition.
3D one, I would also... My goodness, yeah, mine is blowing up as well. People are very excited to see you.
Yay! I'm just so glad I finally made it out. I made it to you guys' show.
I'm
finally,
so glad you came in.
it's like
you know?
hasn't worked out for the past couple of times. I've been sick, or you guys been crazy busy, and you've been on shows, working on films without
this-
me.
Hey, well, you know what? You're here now, baby. That's all that
Yes.
matters. You are like the first bird of spring when it comes to California conventions.
Yay!
You know, I mean, you're here. It's Avengers Endgame opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Carlos. Again, I was so sad not to see you, but I saw Carlos at WonderCon, and there were two kids, and one of them goes, "Look at that dude over there. He's the old Joker."
Mm-hmm.
And I turned around thinking I was going to see someone dressed as Caesar Romero, and I'm thinking,
Oh.
when did the Nicholson become the old Joker?
Joker, yeah. Yeah, he does an amazing Joker.
He does. He gets the Bob Ringwood makeup really, really right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gotten that down.
He totally copied that. That's all him, huh?
But he got the prosthetic mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, it works.
Yeah.
And he's much closer to the Joker from the comics. Everyone loves the Heath Ledger Joker, which is more of Itchy the Killer.
Yeah.
Oh, are we covering the camera with this? I'm going to put this on the
Yeah,
floor
sorry.
for now. Because, you're Hot Chick Friday, and covering you up on Hot
Can't
Chick
cover
Friday
me up.
that seems immoral.
Gotta have the cleavage.
Hubba hubba.
Cleavage Friday.
From your lips to God and our viewers' ears.
The Mevo camera here looks like the from War of the Worlds, the
Right.
big Martian.
Yeah, Ann Robinson. By the way, War of the Worlds, the H.G. Wells, George Pal War of the Worlds, totally takes place here. If you watch the aliens crash in the Pomona, they crash in the orchards in Pomona.
Oh.
And Les Tremaine, the old guy from Shazam,
Yeah.
he says, "We're going to finish the battle in the Puente Hills." So they name-checked the Inland Empire, including Riverside, all through the original 1953 War of the Worlds. Check it out.
Wow.
Will do.
And she says, Ann Robinson says anytime she's going to Palm Springs, she'll tell whoever she's in the car with, "This is where we fought the War of the Worlds."
Yeah, I think the last convention I did was Palm Springs.
Really? How was that?
Big,
Be honest.
big, far away, hot.
Yeah, people were telling me it was really hot. Stan Lee was
Yeah.
there, and supposedly Stan Lee had a moment where he was having a hard time because it was so hot.
It was really hot. In fact, I didn't even suit up. It was just too hot. I was like melting. As soon as I got out, I was like, yeah, not suiting
Yeah,
up.
I was wondering during the heat, these summer conventions and dressing up in character, that just puts a toll on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like even though I was gonna be cool once I got into the convention, just suiting up for my car to get to point A and point B, I was like, no.
Well, you don't want to be sweating off the makeup or anything. Yeah, that destroys the illusion.
It would have been fine because I could sweat in the makeup; it won't come off. But still, to put all that black armor on and get, it's like
That's family friendly, Draven. Who wants that? Go big or go
Yeah.
home, baby.
yeah, yeah. No, I would need to get a hotel room if I'm gonna be, get the full body spray and do like a slave Draven or other Draven.
Did you see Linda Carter there? I heard Linda Carter was hanging out.
I was there for maybe an hour. I was there to see a friend of mine, and I was out.
Wow.
I didn't stay very long. It was just too hot.
They're trying to do a Star Wars May the 4th be with you, the same convention people.
Yeah, actually, for Linda Carter, it was like it cost way too much because I
Really?
wanted to see her because I had taken some Wonder Woman stuff to get signed, and I wanted to see her because I'm a huge fan of hers. I used to run around when I was little and pretend I was Wonder Woman, you know.
Oh, you had underoos as well.
Oh yeah, that, and I had my horse, you know, my horse ropes and stuff, and I would pretend lasso and stuff like that.
I'm gonna guess you look better in your underoos than I did in mine.
Possibly,
Hubba, hubba.
possibly.
My Super Mario underoos were they choked me. I couldn't wear them anymore.
First of all, you were 20.
So they were just last night,
Your
right?
mom said,
There might be some truth to that.
his mother said, Jeffrey, just don't tell anyone your last name or where you live.
Right.
It's already written in your underpants.
Too funny. But yeah, it was just like way expensive to see her and then to watch her sing and perform and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, no.
See, to me, that's the worst. I remember when I moved here as a kid in the 80s, Adam West opened they put a roof on the Indian Hill Mall in Pomona. And Adam West came down in the 80s in Batman costume. And to shake Batman's hand after growing up watching him in reruns, you know, to meet Batman in his full costume, and I think he was pimping out signed pictures of himself for $1.
Yeah.
It was like a Xerox. And I remember I interviewed him later, and I never wanted to get another picture because he took this cheeseball Xerox of himself as Batman, and he would sell it to you for $1. And to me, that was my moment. He signed it to, you know what I mean?
And the thing to have the cheesiest mall down in Pomona is like it's like so ghetto, and now it's indoor swap meet.
First of all, you would need 10 Batmans to keep Pomona safe.
Yeah, you would.
And not the
Yeah.
friendly 60s Batman, like a scary Frank Miller Batman with a machine gun and the St. Christopher's medal. But what was your first celebrity encounter when you were in the outfit? Your very first one. When the first time a celebrity saw you in that and reacted?
In which one? Draven or in any
Any of
costume?
them.
The first one, I was a Sage Ventress, and it was Seth. I'm trying his last name.
Oh, creator of the Family Guy or creator of Robot Chicken?
Robot Chicken.
Oh, Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Seth Green.
Yeah, he stopped me and took a picture of me.
Did
I was
he
like,
really?
oh my god. Yeah, because you know.
He's a short guy.
Yeah,
isn't
he's a
he?
short guy, but it was really, really cool. So yeah, that was my first celebrity encounter in a costume.
Wow, and it was a positive one.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So he took a picture of me as Sage Ventress.
What
So.
was your worst celebrity encounter? Everyone has one.
In costume or in general?
Either one. Either one. Okay. Let's have some dish, baby.
The worst one would be out of costume. Would be I'm bad with names, but he plays the Tick.
The new tick? Patrick Warburton?
Yeah, him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
he's not a very
yeah.
friendly person.
Where did you run into him?
Actually, a friend of mine works on the show, and we went out afterwards with the cast, and we were playing pool. And he's a very impatient person. Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. That sucks. You know what I mean? But at least
No, Pat. There were two, right?
there were two ticks.
Yeah.
The
One had a
TV
full face cut out, and I didn't like that.
That was Warburton. The first tick was a big voiceover guy named Townsend Coleman, who did the voice in the cartoon. You know, and Warburton played him on the TV series. I think a British guy is playing him now.
I liked his voice on the cartoon. I'm doing laundry. You know?
Townsend Coleman, yeah.
Yeah, that guy had a great voice.
That show won an Emmy. That cartoon won an Emmy. It was really well written.
Yeah.
By the creator of the series, Ben Edlund, by the way.
Now the new one I really love.
Haven't seen it.
It's great. The special, Arthur's moth suit is just incredible, man.
But my problem is I have Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime is God's gift to B-movie fanatics. I mean, I will do a theme week where when I finish my articles, I'll treat myself to a movie. You know what? I'll send my article out, and I've been doing different themes. Bigfoot movies, of course. Women in prison, of course. And Vengeance Stalks the Streets. I'll start with the Death Wish movie, and then I'll watch like the Bruce Willis remake.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, it's terrible, by the way. Shit.
I'm a big fan of Bruce Willis, so.
Not this one. His remake of Death Wish is quite boring. Nothing happens. You know, but I love what'll happen is if you watch like a B movie or a woman in prison movie, it'll bring you 5 more you've never heard of. What are you watching? What's your shows or movies of choice, Michelle?
Let's see. Well, I'm a huge crime scene fan, so I watch a lot of CSI, NCIS.
She has a crush on Mark Harmon.
Yes.
Summer School.
Yes. Oh my God, he was so sexy in that.
And I haven't met a girl that has not said that.
Right.
I was subbing a class, and I had his 14-year-old nephew, and the kid looked like a 14-year-old Mark Harmon. He looked like he never said damn in his life. Perfect hair, jaw. And I'm thinking, this kid is, whatever this kid does, he's going to make $1 gazillion. Looked like he never said damn in his life. It was just amazing to watch like a teenage Mark
Was this
Harmon.
at Upland High?
Yeah, it was. He went through Upland High, and when you look, and Mark Harmon, ironically, owned the San Bernardino Spirits, the baseball team.
So he's connected with.
He made a movie. He made a movie in Little Upland with Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh,
And I
wow.
remember I was in school and I was walking through Little Upland, and all these women were screaming from windows, "I love you," and all this other stuff, and it was kind of surreal. And I looked over, and everywhere you look, women are screaming, "I love you, I love you, I love you." And I look over, and I'm walking shoulder to shoulder with Mark Harmon. And I said, "Ladies, please, you're embarrassing me in front of Mark Harmon." And that actually made him laugh, which I was
That's
gratified.
funny. Was that before you worked with him on NCIS?
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching NCIS.
Oh,
I'm
my
like, that's
God.
Patch.
You know, I was there to get an interview with the stunt guy. Was the stunt man on that was one of the humanoids in Humanoids in the Deep, and I was doing a Fangoria article for it.
Oh, Fangoria. I love that magazine.
Diamond Farnsworth was the stunt guy on that,
Okay.
and I spent the entire time talking to the sidekick from Bull, and he was going to marry. He almost married Jessica Alba, another local.
Okay.
And he was just so cool. He did a PSA, which I was really impressed with. He did a PSA that still runs about how when you take your dog out, you know, don't be texting your phone and dragging the dog along, because it's your dog's big moment of the day. And it's so guilt-inducing. I congratulated him on that, because I now leave my cell phone in when I walk my dog. I don't want to be one of those a-holes. Like you
I
saw
witnessed this morning Patrick walking the dog before I picked him up
my lovely little Gracie.
by the new by your
the
new
dog
little
park.
doggy park.
She
they
loves
put
the
in
dog park.
They did an upgrade on it. And,
Great AstroTurf. She loves crapping.
You'll never see this guy with his phone. walking
Never.
the dog.
And it's because that PSA.
Good man.
Thank you, sir. In that PSA, he said, your dog, this is one of the highlights of the day. You and your dog are bonding. And I just felt like a scumbag bringing my cell phone, and I'll see everyone else in their cell phone. And it's like, come on, man, your dog wants to hang out with you.
Yeah.
You know? But I was really impressed that he could hit that guilt button, you know? How many dogs do you have?
I actually, right now, I don't have any pets.
Oh.
I asked her that on the phone the other day.
because-
You don't have a little dog?
I
But
don't
you're
have
an
any-
animal lover.
I am, but unfortunately, because I've had to move and I'm renting a room from a family, they don't allow pets, and I had to, unfortunately.
No, that's, yeah.
I had to get rid of my 2 therapy cats.
By giving them a home or putting
Well, I
them
had
in
to
the box?
adopt them out, and it killed me. And I have.
But you adopted them out.
I adopted them out, but it still kills me because I raised them since they were babies, and I have severe separation anxiety from them, and I have panic attacks since I don't have them, and it's very hard. It's like losing my kids.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's
That's
really hard, and yeah, it's hard not having my own place.
wow.
Yeah,
You
it's
don't-
really, really hard.
Amazing. So were you ever a comic book reader as a kid?
Not a hardcore reader. I would glance through them every now and then, but I was mainly riding my horses when I was growing up.
Oh, wow.
I'm a huge horseback rider.
Oh,
That's
that's,
right,
right. That's right. In that part of Central California is horse country.
Orange County, yeah.
That's my family business. I'm going to be going to North Carolina in June and go on a trail ride with my sister. She's a hunter jumper.
Oh, so was I.
She does the fox hunts back in North
She would
Carolina.
do the fox hunts, and Jeff
She's a red coat. You
Nice.
got to earn it, you know.
You do.
and Jeff would masturbate the horses for no particular reason.
I'd like to see you on a horse
I would actually, you know what?
or a donkey or a burro.
I went to the Grand Canyon when I was like
You'd be a
16.
good miner on a donkey. That's what I want
When
to
I
see
was-
you do a
Yes.
movie in. That's
When
a
I
good
was
character.
16 years old, I went to the Grand Canyon, and my sister loved riding the burro, but I was too big for the burro, so they put me on a horse. And the horse had a great pedigree. The horse was Richard Chamberlain's. Richard Chamberlain did a Manifest Destiny movie where he played whoever discovered the Grand Canyon. So I got his horse from that.
Nice.
Wow. And you didn't break his back. 'Cause
Horses-
you're a big boy.
I can see why women love horses, but I can tell you why guys hate them. We've got something that women don't that are on fire by the time you're done running a horse.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Huevos rancheros.
My God.
Huevos rancheros, yes.
I spent the rest of the family trip to Las Vegas getting my dad and my big brother to buy me alcohol because I was too young to buy alcohol because my crotch was on fire. For the
Well,
rest
need
I
some
want to know
ice.
what kind of saddle you were riding, brother.
You know what? Again, I'm from Michigan, so all I can tell you was a big saddle.
I
big
think
horse.
he'd do better on an English
Yeah,
saddle.
he probably had a Western.
Whatever it was big enough to carry me. So
Yeah, Western.
Yeah.
I would
Maybe he
actually-
needs the split saddle. Those what do you call those ones? Those ones with the. There's so many different models of saddles.
when I got off the horse, they had to shoot it.
Oh.
I did carve my name on his right flank.
Oh.
I do the same when I do elephant rides at the fair.
Oh, they had that. Remember, they had that the elephant rides at the Lemon Festival.
No, you're an a-hole if you want an elephant ride. Can you believe it? Elephant rides, yeah. People
They
are
say it's
protesting.
it's what PETA's after you. They say it's not right.
PETA, well, again, my problem with PETA, from what I've read, is they'll take in a lot of cats and dogs and then they'll gas them and use the money to put out ads. Save the animals, man. That's more important than an ad.
And they say it's cruel and it's not fair to the elephant for us to be riding.
Yeah, it's inhumane
being-
the way they treat
being a
them to
sideshow
allow
freak.
you.
Yeah.
All I know is if you never rode an elephant, you're missing out, man.
I rode an elephant.
elephant.
Remember Adam West on the baby elephant?
yeah, yeah.
Batman on the baby elephant?
Adam West told me that was his lowest moment running it. He said
A
'cause
baby elephant. That
He
was a-
rode the baby elephant and they shot him out of a cannon in his Batman
Oh
costume.
my gosh.
And he said he was drinking booze really hard. He said that, and then he went home. And this is like in the 70s or 80s. And he had this Show West Star of Tomorrow from 1966 that he won for the Batman movie. And he said he ran out and threw it in the surf.
That's going to be one of my goals, is to be shot out of a cannon in a Batman costume.
Yeah.
You'll never be Adam West. Not to-
No
not-
kid for you.
No, you need a smearing mimeographic of yourself dressed as Batman. You need to sell to children for $1.
Yeah.
By the way,
Michelle, have you ever been on an elephant?
I've been on elephant and I just recently got to ride a camel in Dubai.
You got to ride a camel?
I got to ride a camel in Dubai.
Oh, wait, you were in
Tell us about
I
Dubai.
was in Dubai.
Oh, you did some traveling. Tell us
you
about
were
that.
with Falcons and you were with Falcons in one of the shots, right?
Yes, I got to hold a falcon.
What took you to Dubai? Were you a sex slave or
Yes, I was.
Two-hump camel or one-hump camel?
did Liam
Three
Neeson
hump camel.
Three-hump camel.
did Liam Neeson save you in time to protect your dignity? I hope.
No, I'm never saved.
Damn it.
Well, how was this adventure? How did that come about?
No.
How long were you there for?
Well, it was part of a 15-day birthday trip I took.
A birthday for the Sheik to entertain him.
I wish.
Was
Oh,
the
yeah.
the hair?
I can see the Sheik standing there feeding grapes and watching Darth Draven, slave Draven dance.
Right.
Slower. What's
That
your
she
hurry?
couldn't afford me.
Hubba, hubba.
No, I spent the first 9 days in the Maldives.
You'd be dressed like this, by the way.
Yes, but red.
Oh, you were in the Maldives.
Maldives for the first 9 days.
Is that how you say it? I've been calling it Maldives like a
No,
chump.
Maldives, yeah.
There's a famous who wrote Moby Dick called Herman Melville. Wrote a famous short story called The Maldives Shark. And it's about this shark. It's like a 3-page story.
Baby shark doo.
Oh, God.
Don't.
Yeah, sorry.
Bernard will not allow Baby
I
Shark
know.
to be played on Chaotic. But it was all about how effed up this old shark was. But anyway, tell us, what took you there?
Just for my birthday. Just went there for my birthday.
Did you go in the highest, the world's tallest buildings?
I didn't make it into their tallest building in Dubai, but I did go into their biggest mall. So I went to their biggest aquarium that they had there.
And they have indoor skiing,
They
too.
did. I didn't get to make it down that part of the mall because we spent the time in the.
It's huge, huh?
It's huge. It's a 3-story mall that's out there in Dubai.
Wow.
And they have one of the world's biggest aquariums in there. So
I worked on a lot of sculptures for Bollywood, They got a Bollywood Park, which is the Bollywood version of Universal Studios out there.
Yes, but it's in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh, wow.
Did you experience any sandstorms when you were there?
No, there were no sandstorms, but I did get to stay part of the desert, which is where I got to ride the camel and play with the hawk and stuff like that.
Ooh, the hawk too.
Did you wear a
Yes.
Star Wars burqa?
I did wear burqa, but it was not Star Wars.
Oh.
Stayed the night in the desert.
Wow.
So that was really beautiful. Got to
In a
watch.
tent?
Yes.
How big was the hawk? How was that handling the hawk?
It was fine. It was beautiful.
Did
It
they
was-
do the swing the meat thing and the
No.
hawk pick? No.
No. I got to ride a horse in the desert too.
You never threw any mice for the
No,
hawk? Thank
no.
God.
I wish.
You can't feed a mammal to a
Right.
bird.
But yeah, so it was beautiful. So I spent the first 9 days in the Maldives, and then was it 9? And then the 4 days in Dubai, and then came home.
Jeff wanted to go there, but there was no call for a horse masturbator.
Oh, I have my passport. Something about this company that I work for, they figure I'll get lost or I'll wander off.
It's called ISIS.
Yeah. If Jeffrey goes, he'll never come back.
Right? I know.
Pretty much.
Well, there is no extradition in the Maldives, so
Wow. Well, you sound like a bad John Grisham novel.
right.
Wow. Did you drink Red Stripe when you were out there?
Well, actually, in the Maldives, there's no alcohol. Yeah, it's like they had this huge checklist of things you cannot do or have or cannot bring there. So it's like no sex, no porn, no this, no that. And I was like, well, goddamn, I can't do nothing.
Seems like a waste to send you there.
And then it was funny because it's like when you were in Dubai, just out of curiosity, I tried to pull up porn. You cannot pull up porn in Dubai. And I was like, well, this is no fun.
So you're out there camping, but they do allow knife throwing, bows
Yeah.
and arrows.
Michelle wrote, "Dear Pornhole, you won't believe the week I'm having."
I want a reimbursement on my month's subscription because I couldn't watch porn in Dubai.
Yeah.
No porn.
It was funny. So yeah.
Oh,
So that was a lot of fun. That was definitely a fun birthday trip. So.
Now, did you sweat like the boys were telling me when they were doing the installs there? They were wringing their shirts out every.
Oh, I was
20
having to
minutes.
lift my girls and like pat them underneath. It was hot.
So you won't see a lot of fat people there. You sweat it out, right? I mean,
Well, I just don't know how they wear those.
or do they condition their bodies, the ones that live there, not to sweat like us
I don't
tourist
know.
Americans?
I don't know because they wear those whatever the things that they wear there.
The things that the sand people.
Yeah. Those sand people burqa things that they wear.
Wow.
They all wear those. I just don't know how they don't.
So where else did you go on this trip?
That was it. Just the Maldives and
Just the Maldives.
and Dubai.
Now, how long was that flight?
Jetting around there
Oh
by
my
the
gosh.
star.
Well, the
That
first
flight must have seemed forever.
Oh,
man,
the
flying.
first day literally took 3 days because we had layovers. So it was like a 14, 15 hour straight flight.
Wow.
At least from, and then we had like all these small little flights from
So what was your
Dubai.
first landing point on your way there?
So it was from California to Washington to
Oh,
Dubai.
Seattle, Washington?
Yeah.
How much time did you have there? Did you get it's my favorite place in the world.
I think it was the first time was 4 hours.
At SeaTac.
Yeah. So then from Seattle to Dubai, and then Dubai to Mali to another small resort, small island. And then we had to take a little puddle jumper from that to another island. And then from that, we had to take a boat from that to our island. So it was just like,
You really need more time in Seattle. You'd love it.
yeah, I would like to spend more time there. It was definitely very beautiful.
And do the Emerald City Comic Con too, if you ever get a chance.
I would like to, yeah.
And the Bruce Lee's grave, of course. Brandon Lee is there too, but Bruce Lee's the man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's fascinating. Wow. Now, were you scared when the hawk was on your arm?
No, not at all.
Really?
How big was the hawk?
It was about the size of a red tail.
Yeah,
Red-tailed
red-tailed
hawk,
That
hawk.
doesn't help.
I've seen them at the. I had my picture
Describe
taken
it like
with
this, smartass.
Like, it was
Thank
like
you.
that.
like that. That's about the size of the one at Cronenberg Renaissance Fair.
Okay.
We got photo ops with an owl.
Oh, Ooh,
a nice
beautiful.
big owl and one of the hawks. I think it was. It could
Yeah,
be
I
a red
remember that. The guy said, "You hate jackass. Stop masturbating the owl."
tail. Will you stop with the masturbating thing?
That's what he said to you as well.
I think that's what you're doing when we're not around.
masturbating
Keep your hands
owl?
on the table at all times.
I'll be right back.
Boys.
Oh God!
You mentioned the sweaty girls and kind of threw us off our game.
Now we're starting
That's
to have a
definitely,
party.
that's definitely a first world problem.
Yes.
We wouldn't need Hot Chick Friday if we had those. You've been amazing. By the way, we have 13 minutes to go, but I want to cover everything. So,
Yeah.
what do you read? What do you watch? What is your Amazon Prime?
Let's see. I'm watching Santa Clarita Diet. Let's see. American Horror Story.
Still?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I
Or-
rewatch it. Yeah, binge watching it. Bates Motel.
I have such a crush. I interviewed her for The Orphan and had a huge crush on Vera Farmiga.
It wasn't she amazing?
Oh my God.
She's so amazing. What else do I have on there? The whole NCIS, binge watching again. Just only because I have Netflix and Amazon Prime.
No Hulu?
No, I don't have Hulu. Stranger Things.
Oh yes.
I'm excited for the new one coming out in July.
Orville, Star Trek, anything like that?
I haven't watched those. Let me see what else.
Dead silence on the Jeff and Janky show.
Sorry.
2 seconds of silence.
Sorry, that's about it. I mean, I'm just kind of binge watching through stuff. Oh, Penny Dreadful.
Oh.
Yeah, been binge watching that again. That I seem to like that one a lot.
I interviewed Dr. Frankenstein on that, who's now Mr. Mercedes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The British accent's real.
Oh really? Yeah. That I really like that one just because it's so dark and it's amazing. I like that one.
Oh, you like horror? There's one on Netflix that Stephen King raved up, and I watched it, and it was like a can of Pringles. You couldn't put it down. Black Summer is great.
You know, I tried to watch that.
Really?
I could not get into it.
You didn't like it.
I watched like 3 episodes and I was like,
There's only 8 episodes.
Yeah,
You're
I
almost
tried.
done.
It can appeal to everybody.
Yeah, I tried.
Wow. But they killed Black Summer, despite her opinion, which I respect. It's great. It's the zombie show for people who are sick of zombies. I mean, Walking Dead is just inert.
I love Walking Dead. So
Even now, when it's all nothing but
the whole
talk.
Fear of Walking Dead. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just I think it was the Asian girl I just could not get past. She was driving me nuts.
But you know what? If you stuck to the end of the series, you might be surprised without giving anything away.
No, I couldn't handle it.
And you don't watch any of the Star Wars spin-offs, the cartoons, or anything like that?
I tried to get into it. I couldn't.
You're going to be watching The Mandalorian, of course.
Of course.
And you're going to see, I'm going to show you that picture.
Yes.
That I, Jeff Sargent, sculpted Boba Fett's toilet.
It's also a shot of him masturbating a tauntaun.
The toilet. The Mandalorian toilet.
That's where you took
You
the
got to
tauntaun.
have that in the ship. Because I remember.
Hold on. What's the Star Wars toilet called?
It's called a refresher.
That weird sound you hear is Jeff's NDA burning in flames.
You have handles. You have these 2 handles.
Michelle, will you be free for the Michelle and Janky show starting Monday?
Yes.
Thanks,
You
man.
got these handles right here on, and they like the dildo-looking handle things, right?
Dildo looking handles.
And then you got pedals to put your feet on, and you hold up, and the hoses and spray.
I'm going to put it on her. She's more
So,
compelling than
and a
you.
big vacuum in this wonderful, beautiful toilet basin that I made. And everything just sucks there, and it sprays you down.
Well, it's
No
great
toilet
that it
paper.
sucks.
No toilet paper needed.
The only thing important about this
No,
rambling
and you handle the thing to control everything, the hoses and the foot pedal.
We're going to just
get
leave
the
Michelle.
correct-
She's more visually
to get
compelling
the
than
correct
Jeff.
stool to
Oh, my.
go it. So, yeah, there's a science to it. They're way more advanced than we are.
Oh, I can't wait to
And
see this.
so watch The Mandalorian, people, when it comes out.
Thank
And
you
that
for
is another costume I
God,
will be
it's
working
hot
on
in here.
this
I
year.
gotta take this thing.
You are doing Mandalorian.
Okay.
I have the full armor.
Oh,
Yes, I will be working on that for Star Wars Celebration next year.
Wow. Now, will you be busting out Draven for Star Wars Reads? Beyonding and Wow, good girl. You got to stick with the classics, baby.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, let's say how do we tell our listeners how to follow?
Yes. How do we follow the magical, marvelous Michelle Headley?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Star Wars Lover 1977.
Oh,
You can follow me on Facebook under Darth Draven. And you can also locate me on Facebook also under Michelle Headley. MICHELE HEADLEY.
only one L.
Only one
Interesting.
L.
Yes, that was one of the mysteries of you.
Yes,
Why don't you have two L's?
because I like to be different.
Okay.
Yay!
So you removed the L yourself.
Yes.
You definitely are different. That's why
Like
you
to
are
stand
who
out.
that's why you are the way you are.
Somehow
who you
that's
are.
never been a problem for you, I'm sure.
No.
We want to thank you for coming on the Jeff and Janky show, and you're
Magical
welcome
Michelle.
back anytime.
You
Thank
made
you.
this the most enjoyable Hot Chick Friday this year. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, it was an honor.
All right.
What are you coming up, Michelle? Anything you want to pimp before you go?
Let's see. Just that I have some amazing projects that I'm going to be working on in a few months, and hopefully have them towards September, October.
Hit those conventions, people.
Wow. Well, Michelle Headley, what a dream you are. Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jeff and Janky signing off.
Signing off with Bernard and Morris,
With
the man
Bernard
of the myth.
Morris. Let's give a hand for Bernard.
Have a great weekend, people.
Yeah.
Aqua Lemon Festival. If you want to see me win the